Swallowed star. Dragon Tower planet, an ancient planet produced in the absolute beginning region. If it were in a regular star field, these sort of enormous planet wouldn't even exist. However, with the secret region's incomparably thick universe energies production, a separate path is opened in the universe secret region, with many special celestial bodies and life. Gravity, 10,812 times that of Earth. The air, 98% nitrogen. The fully armored Luo Feng walked within the vast forest, the screen on his left arm showing him specific details. He gazed about, while his ears started moving. There's something there. Schwa. With his vision, this huge dragon 10 kilometers away was clearly seen by him. Even the scales were clearly visible. At 1,200 m tall, its body length was at least 1,600 m. With a 100 m short tail, its entire body seemed to be covered in purple stone-like scales. Its head was huge, especially its blood-colored mouth, which seemed to be extremely hideous. A single gulp would be able to finish off an entire river. Its 4 hooves were strong. Hence, its ability to run was unbelievable. It was the leader within the surrounding 10,000 kilometers. This T-Rex type, rock dragon, it had high offensive abilities. The black blur of dragons with wings 100 m wide, which were flying above were roaring. So. And the dragon which was hit by the light, madly struggled. However, it was dragged into its mouth following that blood-colored light. Ka-cha, that 100 m long dragon was eaten cleanly. Ong. The rock dragon roared happily after finishing. In the distant forest. Luo Feng stood on the branch and looked at his arm wristband, and on it the data was clearly shown. Rock Dragon, mature, universe level 9 pinnacle. One of the targets. Schwa. The screen changed to complex pictures. On it were many different types of dragons. Without a doubt, all of the targets were all universe level 9 pinnacle. The mission on Dragon Tower planet was dragon hunting. The mission was to kill all of these targets and acquire a certain material from each of them to present. After killing all of them, when one returned, they would be awarded 10,000 points. The mission seemed simple enough. To kill one, it was indeed easy. However, there were still hidden dangers within. And within the planet were countless dragons. If he was surrounded. Even if he was sitting in the ship, he wouldn't be able to escape. Rock Dragon. Luo Feng nodded, the first one. So. He became a blur and vanished. 10 kilometers away, the rock dragon that had just eaten fully within the forest was roaring and gazing about proudly. It had the right to be proud. Because, during the growth period of the dragons, almost 90% of them are eaten or killed during the infancy period. Very few actually manage to live through and reach maturity. On Dragon Tower planet, the matured dragons, the weakest were at least universe level. Any one of them could control a territory. Of course, the territories differed in sizes. Go. Luo Feng appeared in mid-air and the gold light around him formed a 3 m long dark golden long blade. Nanshan Armaments 5th level, Space Slicer. Xiao. Ong. That huge head of the rock dragon slightly turned and saw the little dot in mid-air staring at it. It just let out a dissatisfied roar, when a gold light shot over. It wanted to turn and dodge, but felt the formless space pressure entangling it. It became slightly slower. Chi. The gold light shot through the head of the dragon, chi, it madly slashed about. After which, the gold light flew out of the head and returned to Luo Feng. Those huge eyes of the rock dragon stared wide-eyed at the little dot. It didn't seem to know just what terrifying life form that dot was, after which, its consciousness was destroyed. Rumble. The huge body of the rock dragon crashed onto the ground, causing the ground to shake quite a bit. So, Luo Feng landed on the body, and his boots stepped on the purple stone scales. He looked around and felt like he was on a mountain. Collecting the scales on its chest, Luo Feng flashed and appeared on the chest of the dragon. Using his spirit energy, he took one of its scales and keep it within his space ring. Shwa! He instantly landed in the distant wilderness. Through the grass, he looked about, on to the next. The vast Dragon Tower planet, anything under Sector Lord level would die without a doubt under Luo Feng's hands. To Luo Feng, the biggest problem was how to let it break through to Sector Lord level, using points. He couldn't bear to use money, as he didn't have enough. I can only wait. When I've done all the missions I can do, and make it into the primal region, I'll let the human body rise to Domain Lord level. That way, I can acquire the biggest part of my teacher's inheritance. Dragon Tower Planet Mission, Dangerous Level. He finished it in 39 days, acquiring 10,000 points. Space Cliff Mission, Dangerous Level. He used 21 days to complete it and was awarded 15,000 points. Luo Feng began his journey of completing missions. According to the rules of the Virtual Universe Company, only universe-level geniuses could take on these missions. The Domain Lords were sent outside to territories and the Sector Lords had to go through life or death training. And the universe-level geniuses could at most take 10 missions every 100 years. To prevent them from continuously taking on missions, everyone's total number was limited. For a universe-level genius, completing an impossible-level mission had restrictions. A primal region member can at most take on 3. Absolute beginning members can only take 2. The sky and land and last phase members can only take 1. This was in consideration of their safety. If one's power wasn't enough, wouldn't it be suicide to take on the impossible level missions? There was also the distribution of resources. The impossible level missions were incomparably dangerous. The points awarded, however, were extremely absurd. The primal region members could only do 3, which was the highest of the lot. The dangerous level missions, the primal region members could do up to 15. The absolute beginning members could do 10. The sky and land members could do 6. The last phase members could do 3. The difficult level missions. According to the points, Luo Feng had never once considered the safe, normal and difficult level missions. The points awarded were too pitiful. The impossible level missions, lowest amount of points was 100,000. There were even some with 10 times the points, leading up to 1 million. The dangerous level missions, normally they gave 10,000, 20,000, and at most 100,000 points. The difficult level were all about 1 to 2,000 points. The normal level were about 1 to 200 points. Safe level was not worth even mentioning. 6 months later. Brother, you are awesome, simply too awesome. Damn, it's only been that long and you've completed 4 dangerous level missions. Wuka looked like he had seen a ghost as he stared at Luo Feng. Rong Jun, who was beside him, stared at him too. Luo Feng sat and lifted his wine glass and said while laughing, "Don't be so shocked. Weren't you the one who asked me, and would I lie to my brothers? However, after I told you all, look at your expressions. Including your Blood River World mission, you've already completed 5 dangerous level missions, right?" Wuka pondered. From what I know, the dangerous level missions are set in many secret regions. Of which, there are only 5 in the absolute beginning region. Completing so many in such a short time, if you had to go to other star regions, just the travel time alone wouldn't be sufficient. Wuka stared at Luo Feng. You've done all the dangerous level missions in the absolute beginning region? Smart. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. Vicious. Wooka nodded. To save time, you don't even choose the missions seriously. Anyway, only 3 of the dangerous level missions give the highest points. Luo Feng smiled indifferently. And absolute beginning members can at most do 10 of the dangerous level missions. I still have credit. Ah. Luo Feng looked down at the fist-size Babata on his shoulder, standing up. Wooka, Rong Jun, my teacher is looking for me, I'll leave first. Teacher. Go on. The 2 of them didn't stop him. Luo Feng became a beam of light and left Wooka's villa, heading back to his own. Within the training grounds of his villa. You are very talented. Your improvement is getting more and more shocking. You have the right to be proud and confident. He rubbed the fur on his face, frowning as he looked at Luo Feng. You've already done 5 consecutive dangerous level missions. However, there is still impossible level. This is the impossible level. Why is it called impossible? The death rate is about 90%. Whoever's gone in has been very confident. However, the death rate still reaches 90%. You, look at yourself, you haven't even taken part in your first qualification battle and you are attempting an impossible mission. Speak, I don't know whether to call you rash and crazy or confident. Tru Yen looked at his beloved disciple before him, he couldn't help but advise him. Teacher, I've made my decision and I'm very confident. Luo Feng said. Luo Feng was very humble in front of his teacher, his answer however was filled with immovable determination. Tru Yen Emperor looked at his respectful disciple before him and shook his head, before smiling. Luo Feng, your decision is pretty reckless. However, even before me, you seem decided and immovable, that's good. To become a strong warrior, one has to constantly reflect and discover his own faults to improve. And if one thinks his own decision is correct, he has to believe in it and press on. Since you've made up your mind, I won't try and dissuade you. Just one thing, come back alive. Tru Yen looked at this disciple in his prime. In his trillion-year lifespan, he had seen many disciples die. Teacher, I will definitely come back alive. Luo Feng bowed respectfully. Go on. Tru Yen nodded and waved. Luo Feng bowed and left the training grounds. Tru Yen watched as he left, and his eyes were filled with a sense of complexity, after which he disappeared. Walking out of the training grounds, the staff and guards in the villa all bowed as they saw Luo Feng. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. The group was incredibly respectful. Luo Feng however frowned and pondered, teacher was right, those that dared attempt the impossible missions were all extremely confident too. Yet, their death rate was still as high as 90%. I have the Masha clansman and golden horned beast, my survival ability should be 10 times of theirs, however I can't be careless. Just in the 4 dangerous level missions in the half a year, there were 2 occasions, during which he was actually met with danger. If he could meet with trouble in even the dangerous level. During this impossible level mission, naturally he couldn't be careless at all. Luo Feng entered his study and sat before his desk and opened the laptop, opening the pages. Safe level, normal, difficult, dangerous, impossible. Impossible. Luo Feng didn't even hesitate, pressing it. D, 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 D. A piercing sound resounded from the screen. Luo Feng, this is a heavy reminder, this is the impossible level mission. Many of our members from the absolute beginning and primal region have in the past lost their lives. We advise you that after passing the qualification rounds, to go and try the impossible mission. The electronic voice resounded within the study. If you wish to drop out, please cancel your choice. If you wish to proceed, please confirm. The moment you confirm, you cannot back out. You'll have to undergo the impossible mission. Luo Feng smiled, pressing confirm. D. There was a line right above the page. Impossible mission, death rate 90%, surviving the impossible mission requires strength and luck. You can at most pick 2 impossible missions, please pick wisely. Here is the list of impossible missions. 1. Purgatory Abyss, Virtual Universe Company Primal Region. 2. Cloud Palace, Huge Axe Dojo Beginning God Region. 8. Demon Mountain, Virtual Universe Company Absolute Beginning Region. 12. Death Star, Universe Mercenary Alliance Honor Region. 18. Blood Demon Continent, Universe First Bank Dripping Blood Region. Luo Feng looked at the list and frowned. There are a total of 186 dangerous level missions, however, this impossible level list only has 18, pathetic. There were 18 impossible level missions. I'll seriously look through them first, just what places are these impossible regions? Luo Feng opened and flipped through. The detailed introductions and requests of each mission were shown. The different points awarded. The lowest Death Star mission, however, this mission had a total of 3 options within it, and every one of them awarded 100,000 points. Added together, it was quite a bit. The highest Purgatory Abyss mission only had 1, and the points awarded was 1 million. After reading through each and every one of their detailed information, it took a total of half an hour. Inhale. Luo Feng inhaled a breath of cold air. Staring at the screen, he said softly, vicious indeed, it wasn't wrong when it said earlier. To survive these missions, strength is a given, but you still need luck. Even I, if my luck goes south and I end up in a nightmare situation, with everything revealed, I may not survive. 18 missions, all of them were extremely abnormal. As long as my luck isn't too bad, I still have some guarantee. Which do I pick? Luo Feng wasn't even afraid or worried. He might encounter an absolute being going through some tragic problems, venting it out and killing all the punks around. Or there may be a bug clan or automaton group attack, through universe travel, entering the secret regions and killing everybody. All in all, there wasn't any 100% safe thing, or 100% guarantee to passing any mission. Demon Mountain is the only one in the absolute beginning region. From the description, it seems more suited for me, and it's close as well. I'll pick this. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed and he gently tapped. D. Please confirm your selection of Demon Mountain mission. Selection success. Please fill in the departure time, the Virtual Universe Company will arrange for people to send you there. Luo Feng took a deep breath and nodded. Demon Mountain was a mysterious ancient place in the absolute beginning region. It floated in space. Surrounding the Demon Mountain, there were a total of 9 ancient planets. On these planets were many surviving aboriginals. Countless of them would leave their own planet to explore Demon Mountain, because only through surviving Demon Mountain would they be accepted into the Virtual Universe Company and becoming a member of the Virtual Universe Company. Yes. Demon Mountain Mission. 1. Survive in Demon Mountain for 3 months, points 100,000. 2. Survive in Demon Mountain for 3 years, points 300,000. Just these 2 simple missions needed to be completed. Simply survival. However, from further reading, Luo Feng realized that simply surviving was a very hard thing to do. 2 days later, a universe ship landed on Luo Feng star fragment territory. Your Majesty Luo Feng. 3 black uniformed men walked down from the ship, bowing respectfully. Let's go. The bright-colored armored Luo Feng with the inner layer of cloud contact vine armor nodded and said, yes. The 3 uniformed men bowed respectfully, and followed Luo Feng through a cabin door. After which, it shut and slowly rose up. Respectfully sending off your majesty. The Sector Lord Ao Duo and the group of guards bowed behind. So. The universe ship vanished into the distant space. Universe travel complete, traveling within the dark universe. Your Majesty Luo Feng, it'll take about 6 hours to reach Demon Mountain. The leading black uniformed man smiled. He had silver threads on the sleeve of his arm. Luo Feng nodded. Right, you are the dedicated team for sending people to Demon Mountain? Luo Feng suddenly asked. The black uniformed man smiled and bowed. Yes, all of the universe-level members in the absolute beginning region, as long as they are heading towards Demon Mountain, I'm the one who would send them off. What's the death rate like? Luo Feng asked. No idea. The black uniformed man smiled. Even though I receive them, when the survivors return, it's members from the Virtual Universe Company specially stationed at Demon Mountain that send them back. Hence, I don't know how many actually end up dying. However, from my colleague, I heard it's pretty high. Ah. Luo Feng nodded. However, I can tell your Majesty, including yourself, there's been a total of 3 people who've headed there. The black uniformed man said. 3. Luo Feng frowned. One of them is a primal region member, one is a last phase member and the third is yourself. However, they are all already within Demon Mountain. The man smiled, the one in charge of receiving them after is my colleague. Luo Feng nodded. Who could it be, Bolin? Or Long Yun, or one of the 3 seniors? After which Luo Feng returned to the resting room. After about 6 hours, the universe ship once again went through universe travel and returned to the actual universe. Look! Ahead is Demon Mountain. Within the control room, the black uniformed man pointed ahead. Through the external simulator, Luo Feng could clearly see the distant space in which there was a spot covered in green and white mist. It was a huge black mountain, it was incredibly majestic, and enormous. In the distant surroundings about this mountain, he could see the ancient planets. From where he stood, he could see 5 ancient planets. Demon Mountain was 1.8 million km tall. At its base, its width is 3.2 million km. The black uniformed man pointed at that majestic mountain in space. Demon Mountain is what our Virtual Universe Company people call it. The Aboriginals from the 9 ancient planets all call it as Sacred Land, Forbidden Area, Inherited Forbidden Land and so on. Large amounts of the Aboriginals enter the mountain. In terms of numbers, the members of the Virtual Universe Company that enter aren't even a 10,000th of the Aboriginals there. Demon Mountain was majestically floating in space. This Demon Mountain was simply too enormous. Any platform at the base of the mountain alone, or any canyon was equivalent to the surface area of Earth. Hence, at the foot of Demon Mountain, there were many magnificent palaces, some as tall as 10,000 li. Those who are able to build such palaces were all undyings. It's forbidden to announce loudly. It's forbidden to fight or kill each other. It's forbidden to fly out of the canyon. Anybody who breaks these rules will be killed immediately. A powerful voice resonated throughout the canyon. Within the canyon, there were many silhouettes, who were either sitting cross-legged or leaning on the stones, or chatting in their groups. They all looked pretty similar, with 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 eyes, nose, and mouth. Even their heights were similar to that of Earth people. The only difference was they all had 2 curved horns on their foreheads. Some were black in color, while others were silvery white. From one look, one could see that there were at least 1,000 people in that canyon. Teacher, how long are we going to wait here? Demon Mountain has been closed for so long, yet the Virtual Universe Company isn't letting us in at all. An armored but bare-armed black-horned youth said softly. Beside him were another 6 men and women, surrounding a purple-armored old man in the center. There were 8 of them. The purple-armored old man was at sector lord level. As for his disciples, 2 of them were domain lords, while the rest 5 were universe level. They have to reach 10,000 people before we can enter. An old voice resounded from the old man. Teacher. A clean voice sounded. A silver-horned young lady couldn't help but say, the warriors that get here from the many planets, sometimes there's many while other times there's only a few. There's no pattern at all. Right now we've only gathered a little over 6,000, who knows how long we'll have to wait until we hit the 10,000 mark. Do you wish to go against the rules of the Virtual Universe Company? The purple-armored old man turned and glared at his disciples. The lady bit her lips and went silent. Wait patiently. The old man exclaimed. As long as any one of you can survive in there for a month, then you'll be accepted into the Virtual Universe Company. Then, you'll be able to explore the vast universe. Compared to the vast universe, our 9-star ocean is simply too small. The 7 disciples' eyes gleamed. Right. Remember, if you feel that it's too dangerous and you can't hold out for a month, immediately find a way to exit. The purple-armored old man said. Safety first. If you cannot pass this time, you can always return and try again when you are stronger. Understood. The 7 disciples nodded. Suddenly, a controlled announcement resounded from a distance. The 8 of them immediately stood up. Teacher, look over there. It's the Virtual Universe Company attendant. The 8 of them, including the thousands in the canyon, all looked shocked at the large group of silver-armored people flying from the majestic palace. These were attendants of the Virtual Universe Company, and they had high amounts of power and authority. Even the aboriginal sector lords didn't dare offend them. So many of them. Close to 100. Why are there so many attendants? The thousands of universe levels to sector lord aboriginals were all extremely shocked, yet no one dared make a loud sound at all. Because, anyone who disobeyed the rules had one end, death. Look, a ship. Wow, what a beautiful ship. A colorful armored black-haired youth walked out. Close to 100 attendants flew over, all gathering in an organized fashion and standing respectfully. At the front of the group, 3 white-robed men and women all bowed respectfully. Your Majesty Luo Feng. Your Majesty Luo Feng. Close to 100 attendants said respectfully. In mid-air, Luo Feng nodded, after which, with the 3 white-robed people accompanying him, the group of attendants all flew downwards. My God! My God, even the white-robed attendants personally welcomed him. White robes, those are sector lord pinnacles that have been acknowledged by the laws, they are like gods. I can see that the black-haired youth is only a universe level. Suddenly, one of the silver-robed attendants left the large group and rushed towards the canyon. Immediately the voices of the thousands hushed. Listen well. The silver-robed attendant gazed coldly down on the thousands of aboriginals. One of our Virtual Universe Company Majesties is about to enter and train in Demon Mountain. Hence, we are about to begin the Demon Mountain mission. You can all enter too. Go acquire your identification tag and prepare to enter Demon Mountain. Yes. Thousands of aboriginals replied. The attendant flew away and the aboriginals below were extremely excited. A Majesty actually came, our luck sure is good. Now we don't have to wait for 10,000 people anymore. The purple-armored old man laughed loudly, and beside him, his 7 disciples were gleeful, of which the silver-horned lady said, Teacher, just who is that Majesty? His position seems really high. The Majesties of the headquarters are all absolute geniuses picked by the Virtual Universe Company from the vast universe. They are tens of thousands to millions of times stronger than you all. The purple-armored old man said, and for 3 white robes to welcome him, this majesty must have the position of that of a god. Like a god. The 7 disciples all stared wide-eyed. Luo Feng flew towards the palace, gazing at the aboriginals below in the canyon. Your Majesty Luo Feng, these are all aboriginal warriors of the 9 planets. According to the rules we've set, entering Demon Mountain, the lowest should be at least a universe level. Hence amongst the group, most of them are universe levels. There are also some domain lords and sector lords. The tall and handsome white-robed youth explained as he smiled, simultaneously carefully observing this Luo Feng before him. Luo Feng's name was reputable even in the management level. Such a person, how could he be neglected? They welcomed him and acted according to the primal region members' customs, which was that 3 white robes and a team of silver robes are to welcome him. And usually, absolute beginning members only get 1 white robe and 9 silver robes. Second level of the palace, Luo Feng entered the second level through the guidance of the white-robed youth. And the thousands of aboriginals were entering the first level single file. These are your identification tags. Everyone will get one, quickly. The attendant said as he gave out the completely black tags. If you want to enter the Virtual Universe Company, there are 2 ways to do so. One of them is to survive a month in Demon Mountain. The other is to kill others and acquire 1,000 black tags or 1 red tag. Black tags are the ones you all get. The red tags are given to the majesties that come from the Virtual Universe Company to train here. As long as you can kill one of them and acquire his red tag, you'll not only get to enter the Virtual Universe Company, but you'll also get a treasure that even an undying would favor. These words made the eyes of the thousands of aboriginals gleam, however they weren't shocked at all. Because these rules had been passed down over countless years, they all knew it well. Palace Level 2. This is your tag. The white-robed youth gave Luo Feng a red tag and smiled. You have to remember, the moment you appear within 500 m of those aboriginals, the tags will resonate and they'll know you carry the red tag, they will immediately try to surround and kill you. I know. Luo Feng nodded. He had read the detailed information much earlier. Killing someone like him. Those aboriginals would immediately change their lives, naturally they'd risk it all. In Demon Mountain, those who are able to kill you are either the aboriginals or the beasts within Demon Mountain. The white-robed youth explained. Naturally, if they can kill you, you can kill them too. As long as you can collect 10,000 black tags, you'll acquire an extra reward. This is a reward outside the mission. Extra reward. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed, this, I didn't know about. The white-robed youth smiled, the extra reward is even better than your point rewards. Ah. Luo Feng's heart skipped a beat. However, I don't have authority to tell you what the reward is. When you acquire 10,000 black tags, then you'll acquire the reward. Relax, the Virtual Universe Company is extremely generous. The white-robed youth smiled, as long as you acquire 10,000 tags, you can exchange 1 time. If you acquire 20,000 tags, you can exchange 2 times and so on. There's no limit. Luo Feng smiled and shook his head. Was it that simple? There were only how many aboriginals within? And among them, there were Sector Lord Pinnacles. This Demon Mountain mission wasn't simple at all. Demon Mountain, why Demon? Demon Mountain, entering from the front would be Demon Note Mountain. Entering from the caves behind would be Ice Mountain. The white-robed youth smiled. I believe, that Your Majesty Luo Feng knows about the 2 different regions, please make a choice of which one you will enter from. Demon Mountain had 2 sides. They were split into Demon Note Mountain and Ice Mountain. The universe evolutions had made 2 special environments in this mountain. These are actually the true terrors of Demon Mountain.